ladies and fictional men, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you know, hi, I'm Kit. Today's video is another episode of Bookmas, and it's what I read in November. But first, the book I'm currently reading is Paranormal Romance, 24 New Short Stories from the Hottest Names, and it's edited by Trisha Talip. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But yeah, did I read my November TBR? I will put a photo here of what it was because I can't remember off the top of my head. But the answer is yes. I actually read 10 books if I counted right. First book I read was Knife Skills for Beginners by Orlando Moen. Rated at 3 out of 5 stars, did not make me cry, it's not a new favourite. Format was a hardback and the genre is mystery / thriller. My only comment of this book was you can tell it was written by a man. Yeah. And the reason for it is because the word / phrase yummy mummies was used. And immediately wanted to DNF the book, but I didn't because it was part of my November TBR, so I didn't. And then the next book I read, I didn't write, and that is because it was my own book. Obviously didn't make me cry, not a new favourite, didn't rate it. It's a paperback, and it was a poetry collection called Enthusiasm for Dolls by Haruka Kane, because it came out in October, I think, October 29th, I believe, but I could be wrong. And then I read the next book of my TBR, which was How to Fake It in Hollywood by Ava Wilder, rated at 5 out of 5 stars. Didn't make me cry, however it is a new favourite. It was a paperback and it was a romance, and I'm going to read my review. Not only is this book 5 stars, but it is a new favourite. I found the two characters' relationship to be a realistic and charismatic one. The book not only discussed grief, but also discussed the dark side of Hollywood and addiction. I am not a recovering alcoholic, so I cannot speak on how well that part of Ethan, the male main character, was written, but I am the child of one, so I can talk on the secondary effects alcoholism has. In this case, how Ethan's addiction affected Gray, and I think the author did it well. I only have one issue, and that is, it is not super clear whose POV you are in. I like it when the characters' names are at the start of every chapter, which they aren't in this book, and that was literally my only critique of the book. Then I read, so my plan, what I was doing was going TBR, not TBR, so then I didn't just read my TBR. And then after that I read Killjoy by Holly Jackson, rated it 3 out of 5 stars, didn't make me cry, not a new favourite, it's a paperback and it's a YA mystery. It was also a reread because I reread A Good Girl's Guide to Murder earlier this year, and for whatever reason I decided to read Killjoy afterwards, even though I would say read Killjoy first, then Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then the rest of Holly Jackson's books. She's coming out with a new one and I'm so excited, and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder has been renewed for season 2 and Holly's writing it herself. And then I read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, 5 out of 5 stars, didn't make me cry, and even though it was a 5 out of 5 stars, it's not a new favourite. It was paperback and a mystery / thriller, and I've wanted to read this book for a while because it was recommended to me. I can't remember if it was on TikTok or YouTube. Pretty sure it was TikTok, and it's one of those, if you like this, you like this book. And it was Criminal Minds. Spencer Reid here. Well, that's my good Google, not Spencer Reid. If you like Criminal Minds, you'd like this book. And the book was The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And it was really good. And literally, that's how I would describe it. If you like Criminal Minds, you like it. You would like it. And I am going to continue the series, but I don't have the rest of the series yet. Then I went back to my TBR and I read November Night by Colin Hoover. And I know ages ago I made a video of books I would never read, like authors I would never read again. Colin Hoover was one of them. But if you look, I actually have a small collection, but I didn't buy any of them. They were all given to me. So I read November 9th because I was given the book. And now I'm not going to buy a single book of Colleen Hoover's. November 9th, Colleen Hoover. Rated it 4 out of 5 stars. Not a new favourite. They don't make me cry. It's paperback, and according to Google, because I had to Google all for genres, new adult contemporary romance. And then this was my review. Okay, here we are. While I didn't like Ben to start with and thought the love was very insular-y, the book grew on me as I went on. However, saying that, I feel like Colleen Hoover only knows how to write problematic men. And then the next book I read was back to my TBR, and that is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Rated it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Not a new favourite, didn't make me cry. Paperback, and it's a YA fantasy. And I will be continuing the series, obviously, because I own all of Leigh Bardugo's books, I think barring the Familiar, which is the newest one. If you want to know my exact thoughts, check out my last video, which was Shadow and Bone reading vlog. And then the next book I read was Once Was Mine by Liz Braswell, which is part of the Disney Twisted Tales series, because I collect them. 5 out of 5 stars. Didn't make me cry, but I'm pretty sure it nearly did. Isn't a new favourite, it's a paperback, and it's also a YA fantasy. And honestly, there was a little explanation at the end that Liz Braswell wrote, and that made me tear up. But because it wasn't part of the story, I didn't include it as the book made me cry. And then I went back to my TBR for the last time, and I read I Fell in Love with Hope by Lan Kelly, and it's 3 out of 5 stars. It did make me cry. Not a new favourite. Paperback, and it's a coming of age romance, and I have no comments on this book. And then I ended November by reading Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. Rated it 5 out of 5 stars. Not a new no, it is a new favourite, but it didn't make me cry. Paperback, and it's a new adult romance. And the only comment I have is this book made me feel every emotion. Josh, and so far, my rating of the series, so I've read the first 3, I have the last one to read, is Twisted Games, which I know not a lot of people actually like it. And then it's Twisted Hate. And then it's Twisted Love. But yeah, that's my rating. Now, onto my TBR for December. Right, I know I normally do 5 books, but I'm going to do 6 books this month, and then I can still use my jar 5 times. But I do own a Christmas book, which, if you're part of my Discord, which is a reader server, the prompt for this month is a Christmas themed book / a book that has Christmas colours on the cover, and this one is Murder on the Christmas Express by Alexandra Benedict. And this gives me Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie vibes, which I haven't read, but I've seen a couple of versions of it. I've seen the one with Johnny Depp in, and I've seen another one, but I can't remember what. Anyway, for blurb. In the early hours of Christmas Eve, the sleeper train to the Highlands is derailed, along with the festive plans of its travellers, but that is only the beginning of their problems. When the body of one of the passengers is discovered in the locked room of her cabin, oh, it's gender switched. All the evidence points to murder, with the train stuck in the snow in the middle of nowhere. It's up to former Met detective Roz Parker to find the killer before they strike again. But as the countdown to Christmas and their rescue begins, Roz discovers that there are many secrets on board this train, and many passengers with motives for murder. I have a worry that it's going to be kind of like a fan fiction of Murder on the Orient Express, but gender switched. Because Johnny Depp's character is the one that dies, and the detective is Hercules Poirot. So in this version, the victim is female, and so it is for detectives. So I do have a couple of worries, but anyway, I want to read this in December. And then my TV order. Also, I will pig Christmas earrings. Ta-da! First prompt. Oh. Oh, I thought it was a oh my god. There it goes. I feel like I always get this one. Read a book whose cover is the same colour as your top. I'm pretty sure I got this one last month, so I'm not going to include it. I feel like I'm always getting that prompt. I need to do a better shake up. So I'm not doing that prompt. Like I said, that's it. Please don't be what I had. Oh, it's a long one. Go on to Netflix or Disney Plus and choose a film. The book has to have the director's initials and the title or author. Books of Blood, we have to do this one. So it's B.O.B. and then the director is B.B. So I do apologise for how shaky my hand was, but first book, so it's either B.B. or B.O.B. So, okay, so B's over here. Title. I suppose I have Buffy. B.O.B. Have I read this? I have a contender, but it's not B.O.B. It is B.O. Right, I'm gonna find a book. I found a book whose title goes with the director, which is Brandon Braga. And it's Bindis and Brides by Nisha Minhas. And yeah, I'm actually really proud I got one that was, I was actually going for B.O.B. And I realised I only have 3 books by authors whose name begins with B. But anyway, this book. So, having escaped an unhappy arranged marriage, Selena Shankar is beginning to pick up the pieces of her life. With the success of her Indian bridal workshop, Bindis and Brides, I love it when they do that. I love it when they say the title of the book or film. Paranorman does it. Anyway, she's proven herself a astute businesswoman, someone who can stand on her own feet, someone who can survive without a man. So when she meets Joel Winters in her local supermarket, Selena remains immune to the handsome playboy's charms. She doesn't need another man to wreck her life. Besides, Joel isn't interested. With his penchant for blue-eyed blondes, he's blind to the sex appeal of dark-eyed Selena. But when the two become firm friends, and Selena certainly needs a friend when her abusive ex-husband turns up, intent on causing trouble, together Selena and Joel plan a spectacular revenge on the man who wants to bring her down. Will they succeed? Will the billion Armin get his comeuppance, and will romance ever blossom between this mismatched pair of schemers? This sounds so cute. I don't know why. I've been putting it off. For no reason, I just haven't picked up. Also, can we talk about the cover? I just think it's so cute. It's so colourful. Should have read this in summer. Next prompt is... oh, it's a tiny one. Read a hardback. This one. Hardback and not part of a series. Her Radiant Class by Elizabeth Lim, and if you want to know what it looks like under cover, this is it. It's kind of, ooh, that the spine is, I meant to say pretty and beautiful at the same time. Pretty. It's kind of a cream colour. It looks white on camera. Oh my god, can I put... freaking thingy back on. And then, right, this is what it's about. Shani was not born a monster, but when her own father offers her in sacrifice to the demon witch, she is forever changed. Cursed with a serpent's face, Shani is the exact opposite of her beautiful sister Moana. The only person in the village who looks at Shani and doesn't see a monster. The only person she loves and trusts. Now 17, Moana is to be married off in a vulgar contest that will enrich the coffers of the lands of the village leaders. Only Shani, who's had to rely on her strength and cunning all these years, can defend her sister against the cruelest of the suitors, but in doing so, she becomes the target of his wrath, launching a grisly battle royale, a quest over land and sea, a romance between sworn enemies, and a choice that will strain Shani's heart to its breaking point. Set in the world of 6 crimson cranes. Oh, I feel like I should read those first. Oh well. Set in the world of 6 crimson cranes, this thrilling yet heart-wrenching fantasy explores the dark side of beauty and the deepest bonds of sisterhood. This sounds so cute. And can we just look at the cover? Elizabeth, who designed this cover? Does it please tell me? Cover. Oh no, that's also a photo. Cover illustration by Chelly Chong. She knows what she's doing. This is amazing. Anyway, don't kill me. Next prompt. 3 more. And it is... I'm trying to pick one from the bottom. Oh, it's a long one. Go on Netflix and read a book based on the vibes of the first thing that comes up. What is it with Netflix wanting to be in my YouTube video today? Let's open up Netflix. Did I even click it? The first thing that popped up is Popstar Academy Cat's Eye. I've picked the book, and that is Part of Your World by Liz Braswell. Oh my god, Liz Braswell. In 2 months. 2 months. Which is part of the Disney Twisted Tales. And the reason why I picked it is because even though the cover doesn't fit the vibes, Cat's Eye is a girl group, which is singing. It's for Little Mermaid. Ursula steals Ariel's voice. And for What If Ariel had never defeated Ursula. It's been 5 years since the infamous Sea Witch defeated the Little Mermaid and took King Triton's life in the process. Oh, he's dead. In the process. Ariel is now the voiceless queen of Atlantica, while Ursula runs Prince Eric's kingdom on land. But when Ariel discovers that her father might still be alive, okay, plot twist, she finds herself returning to a world and a prince she never imagined she would see again. Ariel soon learns that Ursula has been making the most of her role as princess, plotting a scheme and waging outright war with neighbouring kingdoms, and after the disguised sea witch catches wind of Ariel's resurfacing, she threatens to obliterate both land and sea. Will Ariel be able to overthrow the murderous villain bent on destroying her home, along with the world she once longed to be a part of? Follow this tale of power, love, and a mermaid's quest to reclaim her voice. I'm so excited. Also, just reading that makes me want to watch the Disney remake. This is the month of hardbacks, apparently. Next one. 2 more? Yes, because that one wasn't picked up. Read a book that has the same colour as the book you are currently reading. Good thing I put this book right here. So, black, orange, red. Ooh. Oh my god, they're stuck together. Be unstuck. Why were you stuck together? First part is both the first book and its sequel are stuck. Well, match this book. Book I'm currently reading. Book I've chosen. These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, which is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I also have Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, which I think also matches. Amazing. Love that. Anyway, this is the blurb. The year is 1926, and Shanghai hums to the tune of debauchery. I love the word debauchery. A blood feud between two gangs run the streets red, leaving the city in chaos. Juliet Kai is the proud heir of the Scarlet Gang, a network of criminals far above the law. Roma Montrov is the prodigal son of her greatest rivals, the White Flowers, who have fought the Scarlets for generations. He is also Juliet's first love and first betrayal. Love that. When a deadly madness strikes gangsters on both sides, the people start to whisper of a contagion and a monster in the shadows, and as the deaths stack up, Juliet and Roma must set their guns and grudges aside and work together. This sounds so good. I've wanted to read this for a while. I just haven't picked it up, and I might do it as a reading vlog. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Let a random follower choose your next book on your TBR. Okay. Who follows? I'm trying to think. A lot of my family and friends follow me. I can cheat, but I don't know if any of them would respond. But what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to call my sister. I feel like this is cheating, but oh well, I'm going to call my sister and get her to pick. My sister probably thinks I'm very weird. I also feel like I technically cheated on that prompt, but oh well. Another, it's another hardback. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's Out of the Woods, which I believe has been in a previous TBR. And I don't know what it's about. Yeah, I have no clue what it's about. So yeah. The last prompt. This, honestly, December is just the month of cooking, what's it called? Hardbacks. Last prompt is, if it tells me to read a blooming hardback. Oh, it's a thin one. It's a thin but long one. There you go. And it is... I've done this prompt before. I don't want to do it. Let a random colour generated choose a colour, and the book's cover has to match it. I feel like I've done this recently. Right, I'm not going to do it because I feel like I've done it recently, and if I have, please correct me down below. Right, last one. Oh, it's a big one. Most of these have come unfolded. Oh, it's upside down. Okay. Close your... I did this one last month, and I felt like a doobus. Don't know what that word means. Doing it. I'm not doing it. It was close your eyes and spin round. I did that last month. Or even the month before. I remember doing it. At this rate, will I get a prompt I haven't done? Use a random letter generator, and the book's title has to begin with that letter. Let me get one up. I apologise for the shakes. Let's generate. Did it do it? Oh, it's loading. And the letter is N. I kid you not, I was about to give up. But then I found Knife House by Lee Bardugo. Lee Bardugo, you're coming back. Also, this is a special edition I got. This, I forgot what I was going to say. For blurb is, welcome to the 9th house. Galaxy Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of a Yale freshman's class, a dropout and the sole survivor of horrific unsolved crime. Alex was hoping for a fresh start, but her free ride comes with a catch. She has been tasked even, with monitoring Yale's secret society's notorious haunts and of the rich and powerful. Now there's a dead girl on campus and Alex is the only person willing to look deeper, because the societies are far more sinister and extraordinary than anyone ever imagined. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. This sounds really good. Yeah, my TBR has been picked. Give me a second, I'm just trying to hold them. Oh my god. Yeah, this is my TBR. Yeah, oh my god, I have to put it down, that's heavy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah. What's my outro? Don't forget to comment down below what videos you want me to do, questions, and then I'd happily do a Q&A video. Also give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in my next one.